Hello, Gems. Welcome to the VTuber Voices podcast. I'm your host, Syafire, and on the VTuber Voices podcast, we talk about what it's like to be virtual and what it's like to be your own business owner as a creative. Those are the two topics that we like to focus on here. So if you're just interested in being a content creator, running your own business, or the life of a VTuber, what it's like to be virtual, you found the right place. Today we will be continuing our interview with the lovely demon VTuber Pren. In this episode, Pren and I talk about how you don't need to have the perfect start to become a creator. You can start messy and there's nothing wrong with that. We also talk about if there is a place for people who are virtual versus people who want to do face cam, if you can do both. Is it possible to both be a virtual person and a quote-unquote real person? And lastly, Pren talks about having and playing as multiple characters. She talks about her character Sophie in this episode, and this might give you inspiration for if you wanted to potentially play multiple characters on your channel. Let's get into it.
When you first started to stream, what advice would you give to your past self? Oh my
That's a good question.
I think I would tell myself that it's gonna be okay.
Yeah.
I have chronic anxiety.
Yeah, same.
So bad. A lot of the time it stops me from doing stuff that I really want to do because I'll just spend time like trying to mitigate the anxiety instead. So I if I could go back in time, I would tell myself, hey, it's gonna be fine. Just do the things. It's okay. Do them though. Do them, because that would have gotten me started so much sooner, I feel, like down this kind of path. Because it took a lot of, I don't know, I shouldn't say willpower, but it kind of was like a big mental leap for me personally. Between being like, okay, well, being a VTuber is this whole other world that I know nothing about, like nothing at all.
Yeah.
And when I started, I didn't have lore. I didn't know like anything about the kind of character I was portraying or whatnot. Actually, if you give me a moment, Saya, do you want to see my original model?
Yes, let's see your first model. This is gonna be great too for everyone because everybody always freaks out like, I need to have the perfect character, the perfect lore, but it's good to show. Yeah.
You really don't. Like I said, people ask me, they're like, what are you? You'll see what I mean. They were like, are you a vampire? Are you like a witch? I don't know. Are you an elf? And I'm like, maybe. I don't know what I am. I have no clue what I am. But I figured it out. So give me a second. I'm gonna send you to the desert void. Really.
Yes, desert void. Yeah. Yo! Oh my gosh, OG Pren. Oh my gosh, yo! I've never seen this model.
Yeah. So in this one, I don't think any of my okay, these are the original expressions. They are keyed. You can hear my thoughts. I'm narrating over Pren from the past here.
Oh my gosh.
But yeah, because of the way that my settings are in in my program VC Face, my mouth doesn't move because of the face tracking stuff. This model obviously does not have face tracking.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is my original model. This is
Did you make this model yourself?
Yeah. Much like the other one, I made this model in VC Face. The clothing, much like my current clothing at all, is excuse me, hiccups, is something that I purchased
yeah.
Booth, which is a wonderful resource that I feel every VTuber should know.
Yes.
About. But I made the hair myself in case you can't tell. It's not the best. It has no physics. I drew the eyes myself and I was like, I want to do something more with the eyes, so that changed as well. You'll see in this version that I do have a nose. I have a nose in my other version too, but my lighting's not the best.
So it just looks like you have no nose.
Sometimes, yeah, it's weird, but yeah. So this is original Pren.
Wow.
Yeah, and people were like, "Oh, that's kind of weird. This is interesting. Are you trying something new?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I guess I am." And now I'll take you back to the desert void real quick. Whoop. Now things are a lot different. So yeah, no, even if you start out with everything looking like way different and you're like, I don't know what I want my avatar to look like, I don't know what I want like my like anything to be, you know, That's okay. That doesn't matter. You should just do it anyway.
Yes.
Like, it's the difference really is night and day,
Mm-hmm.
but it'll happen over time. You'll be able to figure all that out yourself, like over the course of however long you like have to take, but it'll be okay. That's, like I said, there we go. I'm back. That's the main advice I would give, is that, like, you don't need to know everything going in. You don't need to have, like, a thought out, planner detailed trajectory of how everything's going to go for you.
Yeah.
You can figure it out as you go. And as a lot of VTubers say, we thrive in the area of, like, jankiness.
Yes.
Which is essentially just, like, technical difficulties, things going wrong all the time with hardware and software, nothing turning out really how, like, you expect it to. And you know what? That's fine. That's fine. It's gonna happen. It happens to everybody, every streamer, every VTuber. So yeah, don't let any sort of perceived, like, lack of readiness stop you from doing the starting bit. You know,
Yeah.
from starting out in the first place.
Yeah.
TK Lady, you should do VTubing.
Yes. Yeah, TK's actually in a really interesting spot right now because she is an anime YouTuber, and she was trying to decide, like, if she wanted to be on cam or be a VTuber. So do you have any, I know you kind of went into it a little bit, but what do you think, like, would help you make the choice, like, if you're in her position, to go the VTubing route or to be face cam?
See, I think it's perfect already if you talk about, like, anime and anime related things. That you would choose to be a VTuber, because I don't want to make a blanket statement here. There's a lot of VTubers, and a lot of them are friends of mine, that don't have an anime style character, but having an
It's okay.
an anime style character, unless you're a PNG tuber and if you want to be 3D, is the most accessible route to go, because much like Saya, I made my model using VRoid Studio. Now I bought other assets and stuff, like my horns, my wings, my tail, my clothes, all of that sort of thing, using Booth, which is also a wonderful resource. But my, like, eye skin texture, all of that sort of thing has been, of my own making, and I'm excited to move forward and see what other fun stuff I can do as well. So yeah, no, I highly recommend it. I think especially it would be well suited to like, anime content and anime reviews. Like, an anime character reviewing anime is pretty cool.
Yeah.
I like that concept.
I agree. I totally agree. And do you think, okay, so, like, if somebody decided to take the route of doing VTubing and showing themselves, do you think there's a place for that?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, you kind of do that sort of stuff, or at least you have in the past.
Yeah.
That sort of stuff. I need to enunciate, but yeah, no, you've done that.
Yeah.
I'm not sure how much you do it currently, because my schedule's been all wonked up, but I know that my friend Lay does that. My friend Lay will have, like, cosplay goals, Lele here on Twitch, where she will do, like, cosplays from some of her favorite games or shows or stuff like that. And she'll sometimes appear on camera. She had, like, a birthday stream where she'll be on camera, all of that sort of thing. So yeah, no, being a VTuber, being a VTuber does not mean that you can never be on camera physically yourself.
Yeah.
And that you can, like, that you have to have, like, a different persona as a VTuber or anything like that you have to use a different voice, although you can do all those things, and that's also completely legitimate. If you want to play a character, if you want your voice to be different, if you want any of those things to differ from, like, you behind the camera versus you as a VTuber, that's completely legit as well, but it doesn't have to be that way.
Right.
You can do so many different things with VTubing, and I think that's part of the beauty of it and why it's so much fun and freeing, is because you have all these options, and you're not locked into any one sort of trajectory with it again.
Yeah, it gives you a lot of freedom. And that being said, too, so Pren also has another character, has actually two characters, mostly appears as Pren. Tell us about your other character.
You want me to tell you about Sophie?
Yes.
Yeah, I love Sophie so much. Sophie is super adorable. Sophie is, I want to get face tracking for her as well.
Yes.
Super cute. She's a strawberry elf. She's
Oh,
from a different world that I Pren have visited, called I'm not sure what the world is called, but she's from a village called New Elfington.
New
And
Elfington.
yeah, all of the elves there are based on like fruits, veggies, cute things like that. But yeah, Sophie is a strawberry elf, and she's super adorable. I guess I could show you Sophie as well.
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see
If you
your.
wanted me to.
Yeah, go for it. Yeah, cause.
And that's another thing too. Oh, sorry. Please continue your thought.
Oh no, you're good. Yeah, I was gonna say because there's a lot of people too, like who are developing their lore, and they're like, well, what if I want to play multiple characters on my stream, or like, is that even something I can do? And you push.
Absolutely can.
Yeah. Yeah, we'd love to see Sophie.
100% you can.
Oh, it's Sophie! Oh,
Cute. So this is Sophie. She's really adorable.
oh my gosh!
Screen right now. Let's see if we can shrink her down a little bit.
So cute! I love her outfit, her hair. Oh my gosh! Yes!
This is Sophie. She's really adorable. We love her.
Oh my gosh! So when you play as Sophie, do you play in character or do you play out of character? How do you do that?
Yeah, in character for Sophie for sure. I do a different voice for Sophie. It's a fantasy accent. It's not me doing a bad British accent. It's definitely a fantasy accent. But yeah, she's really adorable. She's super sweet. A little bit shy, but yeah, Sophie is super cute. And a lot of people actually haven't met her because the last time I had her on stream in any like big way was back I think in oh gosh, like November, December maybe?
Oh really?
A while. Yeah, it was a while ago. And so yeah, she hasn't been like out in the spotlight in quite a while, and I have some plans to kind of like bring her back out at some point.
Yeah.
Just so that we can continue with that kind of storyline with
Yeah.
her lore and Pren's lore converging in that way. I really love Sophie. She's super cute.
Me too! Oh my gosh!
A very informative presentation on Pren's Milk Company. It's a company that Pren owns and runs, and it's a big line of revenue. Good for business. Good stuff. Yeah, it's.
I love it.
Sophie's super fun. But yeah, so yeah, there she is. There's Sophie.
Yes, we do love Sophie. So how do you decide, when you're gonna play Sophie? Do you set up sub goals, or do you set up like any sort of incentive, or how do you decide when to play Sophie?
Well, the first time I had her on stream was a complete surprise to everybody because I'm an artist.
Yeah.
And I have a little bit of background in like 3D stuff and in game design and those sorts of things.
Yeah.
So I love like putting assets together. I love like tweaking them to be like how I want them to be and all of this sort of stuff. And as a result, I really enjoyed making like extra VTuber models for no apparent reason. And I was just like, what if I just made another one and like made that a character
Yeah.
that I had on stream? Wouldn't that be fun? So without telling anybody, I had this whole thing where I had Pren come on and be like, yeah, okay, so we have a special guest today. Her name is Sophie. She's a strawberry elf. Be nice to her. She's gonna talk about my new company, Pren's Milk Co. And it was like this whole kind of stream inside joke that I won't get too deep into because that's not very family friendly, but it's very funny. So we had this whole presentation that she did that was very, very fun. Chat had a good time with it as far as I recall. And yeah, so Pren and Sophie are kind of like not really the antithesis of each other because Pren might be a demon, but she's not a bad person.
Yeah.
And Sophie is just super sweet and kind, but I think design-wise, they're kind of like opposites, where Sophie is kind of pastel and cute and brightly colored and sweet, and Pren is, she's a demon, she's a succubus, so she's got that kind of darker color scheme with the red and the black. And Sophie is much more soft looking than Pren, and I really like that kind of dynamic as well. I think that's super fun.
Yeah, lots of valuable advice there from Pren, talking about how you don't have to start perfect for everything to go smoothly. You can start janky, and also some really nice advice about playing multiple characters and how you can include that into what you're doing. Thank you so much, and I will see you on the next episode, continuing our interview with Pren. Have a good day!